I just honestly, I just put my hands up and I said, please, God, help me. So I grew up in Iraq. So I might be the first carnivore from Iraq. I had eczema all over my hands and not being able to function, vertigo, horrible bleeding gums, snoring. It was not life, really. It was not life at all. I had anxiety really bad. And so I just went to YouTube and I come across your video. And it's the one that you have this bunch of medicine and you just tossed it behind your back. Like, what in the world is he doing? And I just start watching. It's like I woke up. I cried and cried. It's like, where have I been? It almost feels like I've been waking up out of a coma, 50-year coma. My friends, and they look at me like, some of my friends, their mouth drops whenever they see me. It's like, you look so good. I'm like, you know what? Get the carnivore. This is like one of the most noble causes. I believe I'm a born again Christian, and I believe to share the love of God and Jesus with other people because I want them to come to God so they will end up with us in heaven. That's my main goal. But now,
I am so excited for you guys to see the following interview with Helen. Her story, her energy is absolutely incredible. We had a little technical issue here and there in the video with her lips syncing to her voice, so I kept the captions on. You don't want to miss this video. Enjoy. Hello and welcome. Carrie here from Healing Humanity, the Power of a Proper Human Diet. And today I'm thankful, grateful, blessed. I'm excited to have Helen Edwards on. Helen's incredible. She's been in our Healing Humanity membership site, and she came on our open mic carnivore live stream the other day, and everyone was fired up in the chat. They're like, man, Helen's got a great story. That was only a 5-minute version of it, so I'm looking forward to hearing more of your story. How are you doing, Helen?
I am doing great. I'm doing amazing. Thank you for inviting me. I am so glad to meet you here, really, and it's amazing.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing your story. Maybe if we could start out, go back as far as you'd like, but if you could tell us what sort of led you to carnivore, what sort of health issues did you have?
All right. So I grew up in Iraq. So I might be the first carnivore from Iraq. Over there, we had lots of rice and bread. And we grew up poor. And so we didn't have a whole lot of meat or chicken. So I had a lot of problems with asthma, with itchy skin, sneezing, and allergies. Whenever I would run, I would get really, really tired and my face would get really red. And just, I couldn't keep up like other kids. So I knew I had some kind of problems, but the doctors over there weren't, 50 years ago, they weren't anything like what they are now. So just ignored it. And then when I was in my teens, I started having horrible, horrible menstrual period and pain. And I would be sick, like really sick, where I couldn't even go to school, like throwing up, passing out, uh, dehydrated, complete, like debilitating pain. So I remember those years, like it was horrible. And then in my 20s and my 30s, I still had menstrual periods that were horrible, like insane migraines that came with or without it. It seems like from the whole month, at least 2 months, I would have the migraines, I would have the period pains, and then all what went with it. So the mood changes, the insane mood change. And then in my 40s, I just had lots and lots of problems, like achiness all over my body, um, just not being able to function. So many days I had my little kids, and I was not there for them, from the pain, from discomfort, from just like waking up and not knowing what's going to happen to me today. I had anxiety really bad, where I would tell my husband, please hold me tight, because something is happening. Like I feel like I was coming out of my body, just shaking. My heart would be beating. My children would see me and they didn't know what to do. And then just one thing led after another. And and then the menopause comes, and that was even horrible, like insane. The headaches, the heart palpitation, the sweating. Oh, the night times were horrible, and then the aches and pains, and then diabetes, and just so many things, so many problems, and I don't like going to the doctors at all. And so I would do all kind of remedies that I go on YouTube. What do I do for this? And I was a lot into vegetables and a lot of just natural healing supposedly. And I bought all these powders of organic powders. I would making all these green smoothies and you name it, turmeric and ginger and moringas and mushrooms and all that stuff, just trying to get myself healthy and my children healthy. But I didn't know, but I was destroying our health really from all the vegetables and all the oxalates. Now that I know what was going on, I had eczema all over my hands, parts of my body. I've always had itchiness that I didn't understand from what. My eyes, I've had the hay fevers, the vertigo, bleeding gums, horrible bleeding gums, snoring. So all of that, just, it was not life. Really, it was not life at all.
Mm.
So little by little, um one day, and then, with mood changes and all the foggy brain and not being able to function, I've made so many decisions that I look back and I remember when, with Jen, when she first started, the carnivore, and how we were trying to figure out what was going on. And I remember her crying, and I went through the same thing. I cried and cried. It's like, where have I been? And it almost feels like I've been waking up out of a coma, 50-year coma. And my body, my mind, I can finally hear people completely, like clearly. I'm able to listen and hear what they're saying, because there's so much noise in my head. I couldn't concentrate. So I was that way even with my children. I feel so horrible the first few months on carnivore, when I was waking up and knowing all what I have lost, the time with them, not being there. I was there but wasn't there. And so then it was a year ago when my body aches were so bad, my neck, my shoulders, my hips, and I was laying down. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that, and I was in so much pain. I couldn't. If I turn to this side is hurting, to this side is hurting. I just put my hands up and I said, please, God, help me. And I believe God heard my cry. He heard my voice and my prayer. And just I got up and I couldn't sleep. And so I just went to YouTube and I come across your video. And it's the one that you have this plastic container with a bunch of medicine and you just tossed it behind your back. I'm like, what in the world is he doing? And I just start watching and watching. It's like I woke up and what is this going on? And then after that, I watched another video and another thing, and then there was Ken Berry's video too. So I watched another one from his videos, and it wasn't like 3 or 4 days later. I just like I knew that's what I'm gonna do, and so basically that's how I came. A little bit of history, and that's how I found carnivore.
When you first started carnivore, what was it like for your first couple of days? What were some of the meals that you ate? And like, I guess I have a lot of people on my channel that are new and they're reluctant and they can't wrap their brain around just eating meat. How are you able to come to terms with all of that?
It was kind of challenging, but from hearing what people are doing, it's like just go and buy meat, whatever kind of meat. So I went to the store, I bought bacon, lots of three different kind of meats, chicken, pork, and beef and a few different cuts, and then lots of eggs. And I just came home and I just boiled the eggs, bunch of eggs, cooked a bunch of bacon. I cooked two, three different kind of meats, like the pork, I made some pork, I made some chicken, and I made them all ready, put them in the refrigerator. And that way, whenever I was getting hungry or I had cravings, I would just go grab something and eat. And that made it easier, a lot easier for me to have something ready and made there.
Did you have any of the keto flu or any sort of sickness while you were transitioning into carnivore?
Today's video is sponsored proudly by ButcherBox. They recently launched a new initiative where you can support your local USA American farmers. Support American farmers with this new US pasture-raised beef from ButcherBox. This is USDA choice meat. Look at this ribeye, it's absolutely fantastic. The cows are never in feedlots. They're pasture raised, there's no antibiotics, no hormones. You're supporting a local American farmer. I get so many people asking me, how can I do that? Now you can do it with ButcherBox. There's more details, including a really special offer if you use the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Now back to today's video.
I did. I had really bad keto flu, whatever it was bad. And just it was scary almost, because the first couple times I had no energy when it happened. I got really, really weak, and the headache was horrible, and body aches. It's like flu, but it wasn't really the regular flu that I know. And then thank God I came across Sally K. Norton, and she was amazing. I just like kept watching her video, and she was talking about oxalate dumping. Like, that's what it is. Oh my word. And I just got up and made sorry, I get too excited. I got up and made some and started sipping on a tea. And then within 2-3 hours, the symptoms really got less and less. And then a day later, I started having all the rashes. I had rashes over here on my hands, behind my knees, around my ankles. And it happened a lot the first 3 months. So yeah, I did.
For for those that don't know, for oxalates, can you explain a little bit, like, what was that and how long did it last for you?
It, every time it happened, it wouldn't last more than 3 or 4 days. The first day is the worst, and it's from eating a lot of vegetables. I was like maybe 85% vegetarian, because I would eat meat maybe like 3 or 4 times a month, but I would eat lots and lots of vegetables, a lot. And I would have a refrigerator full of vegetables. You name it, I would buy it. And I made a lot of smoothies every morning, green smoothies and all that. So all vegetables and fruits are full of oxalates. Some of them have more oxalates than others, which was spinach. And that was one of the main things that I would put first in my blenders. So yeah, and it caused me a lot of inflammation, um, and a lot of discomfort, like in my stomach. I would have lots of bloating, and it was just uncomfortable, so uncomfortable.
Hmm.
So when I learned more about it from Sally K. Norton, I realized like I was poisoning myself. So yeah, they will last 2-3 days, but when it was finished, I would feel so much better. It was like, whoa, something just like I can't explain it exactly, but I would get lots of energy. My body feels so much lighter, and I felt good. Like right here, the middle part of my body, right here, my stomach. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt peaceful. It felt good. You know what I mean? That feeling of peaceful and good and right. There's right feeling in there.
I
It's
had the same thing. I remember saying to Jen, I'm like, I can't feel my stomach for the first time in my life. It felt like just there was nothing there, and there was always pressure or pain before that. And you get used to it over the years, and you think that's just the way it is, and when it goes away, it's pretty shocking.
right. Yeah.
So you had a little bit of struggle with the oxalates, but then you started feeling good. You started feeling the peace in your stomach. Were there other things that happened while you were doing carnivore where you're like, whoa, this is kind of working, or maybe I'm gonna stick with this. This is working like it hasn't before. Did you have any moments like that?
Oh yes, sleeping at night, sleeping through the night. Oh my word. I had forgotten what it is to sleep through the night for years. Yeah, if I didn't wake up because I was pre-diabetic, and I know I was full-blown diabetic a year ago, because you would get up and go to the bathroom at night. And then when I come back, I can't go to sleep. And the other thing is snoring. It was horrible because I would wake up myself snoring. Literally, I would wake up myself. It was so loud and hard to breathe. Um, they were gone. I mean, sleeping through the night, people, so many people, they can't sleep through the night. And I talked to so many people, and that was the first time. Like, I would put my head on the pillow by 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and then by 6 o'clock I would wake up, and sometimes on the same side of the beds, the same side. It was amazing. So that was something else. The snoring stopped completely. I had bleeding gums all my adult life. Every time I brush and all that, was gone. It was gone within the first 2 weeks. It was amazing. My vision started getting better and better. I was able to, like, it seems like the window of my eye got wider, where I could see more clearer from both sides, my eyes. Um, then the pains and the aches and the joint aches and they were like little by little disappearing. So I would wake up, I would literally sit up like this, waiting to see which part of my body is going to hurt first. And I would get up and it's like, oh, wow, I feel so much lighter. And there's no place that's hurting. My shoulders are fine. My neck, I can move it back and forth without pain. So, yeah, these are some of the things. I'm sorry, I'm so excited, but there's so much more. Yes. And then the sinus infections. I've always had sinus problems. I would be congested in the morning. I would wake up congested, and then if I go outside when the seasons change, I would be sneezing and sneezing, like my eyes would get red. And I had to have allergy medicine every single night. Every night I had to take pills, allergy pills. And then in the daytime, I had syrup, allergy syrup that I carried with me all the time. So I can take 1 spoon of allergy syrup every time the sneezing would start. I don't have none of that. My asthma is gone. I don't have to carry my inhaler anymore. Pain pill, that I had to carry with me everywhere. I don't have to carry that anymore. So it's been a blessing. I haven't had pain pills for over 9 months. No pain pills whatsoever. So, and I'm on zero medication. Thank you, God. No medication. 60 years old. And I'm planning to stay that way. In fact, I don't even have insurance, medical insurance, and I'm planning not to have any doctor or medical insurance either. So, yeah, that's going to be my life.
Amazing. Helen, when you first started this, do you have like friends or family nearby that thought this was crazy? You can't just eat meat?
Well, everybody that I talk to is like, what? They look at me cross-eyed. I'm like, there's chicken, you can eat pork, you can eat sausages, bacon, butter, eggs, all kind of eggs, and then all kind of different cuts of meat. So what's the big deal? Well, how about vegetables? How about fruits? Like, you don't have to have them unless if you want pain in your body. Because every time, the first few months, every time I picked up something, like vegetable, or it was onion. I loved onions. So one day I decided I'm gonna have an onion with liver, beef liver. And you know what? It wasn't more than a day later, or like half a day, and all my pains and aches came back. And I felt like someone picked me up out of this healthy, energetic, comfortable body and put me in my old, pain filled, misery filled body.
Hmm.
So I'm like, forget it. So yeah, when people would talk to me, I'm like, what do you want? Well, how do you want to live? Do you want to live in pain? Okay, go ahead. Eat what you're eating. But if you want to get rid of the pain and have energy and be happy and do what you want to do, and exercise, go on trips without having to worry about, oh, what's going to happen, to me when I do this or that, because that's how I lived. I mean, it got to a point with me, I had so much blurry vision that I literally had to pull off of the freeway
Hmm.
and stop because my blood sugar was going crazy, and I was having so much blurry vision that I had to stop. I was scared to drive. So now my diabetes numbers are totally normal. I have the keto mojo. I don't even check them out anymore. It's been over 3 months now. So yeah. But yeah, my friends think I'm crazy, but it's okay. I don't care. Just look at me. I am at my teenage weight. It's been 50 years like since I've been at this weight at 110 pounds. And I
Wow.
did all the stupid diets and all that junk. You've been there.
Yeah.
And here I am. It's like, and honestly, the weight was not my, goal, not just to lose weight. My goal was to get rid of the pain, and not have to live with diabetes like my mom and dad. My dad, both his legs were amputated. He was on
Hmm.
dialysis for 6 long years, 3 times a week. He hated it. My mother is in horrible condition. She's going blind, and she's had all kind of health problems. You name it, she's had it. And my brother has diabetes. My sister has diabetes, and other, you know, sicknesses that go with it. And I was determined I'm not going to live that way. I'm just not going to live that way. So I really believe God gave me a second chance to life. Thanks to you and Jen and your family. You guys inspired me so much. It's like I feel like you're my heroes. You really
Wow.
are. And so God has used you in an amazing way. I don't know if I told you, but I did scrape all kind of money, and I donated $1,000 to the Healing Humanity,
Oh my
because
goodness.
I really believe this is a goal, that the most noble goal and cause, to donate and to give of what we can, because people are going to be healing all over the world. And I'm just so thankful for all your effort that you do, you and Adam and all Healing Humanity people that put all this together. I can't wait for the documentary. And so yeah.
Thank you so much for your nice words and for your generous donation. That's incredible. I can't wait to share it with the world either. It's such a blessing and it's such an honor and such a privilege to be in a position to share these stories. It used to be like my story. That's how this all started, was with my story, but it's like so much bigger than my story now when we're talking about Bill Knott in Alaska, or Jeff DeProsperous,
Yeah.
or Maggie, or Mimi, or we filmed 45 people now. We're so close to wrapping up the documentary. We couldn't have done it without your generous donation and people donating. It's all been entirely crowdfunded. It's coming up on, I've been carnivore 2 years, so I've been working on the documentary for a little less than 2 years, and I'm not complaining. It's the biggest blessing, but it's like I keep telling people it's our documentary. It's for all the people that have found healing.
I was like, oh my stars. I was watching every single video he would put there. He's the amazing Dave Mack.
A
I mean, his
thousand.
work. Yes, 1,000 people. So that's one thing, I really believe this document, what you guys have been doing, it's going to reach millions of people for years and years to come. It's not just going to be now and tomorrow and a year from now. It's going to be for years to come. Children are going to be healed. Young people are going to be healed. Older people are going to be healed and live longer life and healthier life and happier life. And it's just like, it's just going to be giving and giving and giving for a long, long time. This is like one of the most noble causes. I believe, I'm a born again Christian, and I believe to share the love of God and Jesus with other people, because I want them to come to God so they will end up with us in heaven. That's my main goal. But now, to heal people really and their health, and to live happy life, and bring them closer to their families. Like I watched this video with this morning. His name is Jan, with Dave Mack. I mean, his family was breaking down. It just broke my heart to listen to his story. And then he found carnivore, and it's all put together, and it just made me so happy to see that. So that's what's going to happen with the Healing Humanity. That's what's happening already, but it's going to happen like with tens and thousands and millions of people. What
Yeah.
is their better goal than this? I don't see anything better.
I'm with you
So
100%. I'm so excited for the documentary we're almost done with, but I'm almost more excited, Helen, for the series afterwards, of which we've already filmed quite a bit of it. People don't realize this, but cancer, for example, is a huge part of the documentary. It's a huge part of the series afterwards, and we have enough already to do 2 whole episodes, probably 3, on cancer. I'm really excited for the series because then it's like, right, if you have a loved one that's going through cancer or type 2 diabetes, you could say, here's a whole episode with individuals and doctors that are all about that particular health issues.
it's already happening, because I have friends that already really converted to carnivore, and I can see their health getting better. And like, I have a friend right now that his daughter has supposedly some kind of problem in her ears, and they're wanting to do a surgery and put some kind of device and all that. And I told him, I said, just put her on carnivore for a few months and check it out and see. They already started, and it's really exciting because their son, the older son, already he only did it for a week, and he can see so much changes that he's like, okay, I'm going for it in 1 week. It's amazing. How could, there's no medicine out there, there's no doctor out there, no surgery out there, in 1 week give you so much changes that you can feel it. And so yeah, they're totally in. And I have other friends that have started already. This friend of mine had hip pain for years, and he would limp, and every time he stand up, he couldn't stand up straight. And then I said, just try it for 30 days. He did. And you know what?
Quick interruption. Did you know we have an incredible membership site for you called healinghumanity.life? We have a special offer going on right now. Learn more at the link in the description. We have courses, we have expert Q&As with the good doctors. We even have a Healing Humanity Heroes Zoom call once a week, highlighting real heroes that will inspire you on a path to healing. The community is wonderful. We're going to be implementing a buddy system so you can be held accountable, recipes, all sorts of great stuff to help you on a path to healing. Learn more at the link in the description below.
His hip pain is gone. His knee pain is gone completely. And he said, I am a believer. So I'm seeing it everywhere, like with my friends. And they look at me like, some of my friends, their mouth drops whenever they see me. It's like, what? What happened to you? And I'm like, is it bad? And they say, it's good. You look so good. I'm like, you know what? Get the carnivore. Just go study, go research, try it. At least try it. Give it a try. And so I'm hoping more and more people we can bring in
I think
and help.
I think this video and your story is going to inspire a lot of people to try it as well. It's so encouraging, like you said, in 1 week or 3 weeks or even just a couple weeks to be able to find healing.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, all of my medication. I was on that medication for 15 years. I would have given anything to just be like, really? I could try that for a week and maybe get off some of this medication. That's the tough part with it. Do you look at the world differently now, Helen? Like there's so many people out there that are sick and suffering.
Absolutely. Oh, my heart aches for them. Especially when I'm down, up and down, you're like going to the store and like, what are you taking in your basket? What are you doing? This is all poison. Like, I just want to go tell them, don't feed this to your children. When you see all these cereal boxes and all these juice bottles, I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy. I literally pray for them as I'm seeing them in the aisles picking up these things. And my heart aches for them. It aches for so many people. Like when you see them so overweight and they barely can get up, and all those people that are, like in those electric carts going shopping, and then you look at their basket. But I pray that God will really help open up their eyes to see what they're picking up from those aisles. Because to me, it's so much easier to go the store, grocery shopping. It's just like go straight to the meat, pick up this and that and the eggs and the butter, and then you're done. It's so easy, and it's doesn't have. I don't have to walk up and down the aisles to see what's the next most healthy junk, package for me anymore. No, I just go. I get to the meat, I get to the eggs, I get to the butter, and then I'm out like within 10-15 minutes. And I can't believe how much money I've been saving. It's amazing because it's so much cheaper. And they say, oh, it's so expensive. Like, no, it's not. Just when you discount all those things, when you take all these things out of your shopping cart, all the junk, then you're not spending so much money. So it's amazing. It really is.
Yeah. When you take all that junk out too, the thing that I realized too was none of that was serving me at all. Obviously, it was hurting me too, but it was just a waste of so much money to pay for stuff to put into the cart that was ultimately just waste that my body only needed the nutrients from the meat, the beef, the butter, the bacon, the eggs, none of those other things. So it's just such a waste and such a toll on our digestive system to put all of that waste and garbage in there. But you mentioned kids too, and the cereal and seeing them. That's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about the documentary too. Is I'm so happy and I thank God every day that I found healing. But I'm really thinking about my daughters and this next generation, and thank God my girls are all eating this way now too, which I'm so happy about. But when I see their peers and this next generation of kids coming up, and then I think about how sick I was. I was sick, but I didn't have access to half the stuff that they do now. The level of toxicity in the groceries now, the food dyes and glyphosate and the pesticides and all this, it's way worse for this next generation. So hopefully we can
Yes.
continue
And
to get the word out.
Yeah, and it's so easy to clean in the house. There isn't so many dishes or pots and pans, and clean the stove and clean the sink. It's like you have the air fryer, put the meat in the air fryer, 15 minutes, one plate, eat in there, or just go to the grill it, and then just bring it and eat. It's so much easier not to have the refrigerator full of junk, and then to have to clean all the veggies and sanitize everything and then clean the dishes. It's just so much easier. I honestly feel like I have my life, I have my happiness, I have my health, all through carnivore. And thank God that he led me to this way of eating, and led me to healing humanity and all these wonderful people. I've made friends with Yolanda. She's amazing. So she's my accountability partner, and we talk every day. And so I love the website and the groups that are with Healing Humanity. I attend every meeting almost. I think I missed maybe one or two. And we get to encourage each other. We need to learn from each other. We need to be accountable one to each other. And then there's so much satisfaction. Like, it's satisfying to know there are other people that are in the same journey, and we're reaching out to each other. It's like, come on, you can do it. I did it. So I'm so thankful for all the groups in there and encouragements, and all the interviews that you guys do. I love it with the doctors. There's always like something I'll be thinking about, how about this or that. And then the questions come, in the interviews, and you answer my questions. So I don't really need to go to any doctor or anything else, because all the information is right there. And I was last Sunday with the group with Ferragno group on Sunday. And I was looking,
Dante.
like there was about, yeah, Dante. And there was like 15 people, and we were sharing all these amazing information. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if I go to the doctors and even I sat in front of 2 or 3, they wouldn't have like half of the information, not even a quarter of the information that we regular people, everyday people, have learned and have experienced, and we tried, and it's worked for us. And we are sharing it with each other, and people with PhD and whatever degrees, they have no clue. It's like, what in the world? So
Right.
I'm really thankful for all